Okay, we are here. I'm here with Fletcher again. I'm going to do the military wife tag. There's about 25 questions, so I will try to make it quick. See, how did you and your spouse meet? We met through church when we were children. Our parents actually knew each other before we even met. So, how old were you when you two met? Let's see. I don't know the exact age. I was in 5th grade. He was in 7th grade. So, 11 and 13, maybe? How long have you two been together? Let's see. We have known each other for about 15 years, but we've been dating for about 9, or we dated for about a year before we got married, so we've been married for 8.5 years. Where are you and your spouse originally from? I was born in Illinois. My husband was born in Las Vegas, Nevada. So that's where we are originally from. How did you feel about him joining the military? Honestly, I grew up with military parents, so military life was nothing new to me. It was not a shock. I figured he's doing something with his life. He's not just sitting around being a bum. So, where did your spouse go to basic training? San Antonio. I don't remember the name of the actual base. I'm sure I'll think of it eventually. But it was San Antonio. Let's see. Has your spouse ever been deployed? Yes, he's been deployed once, and they've tried to deploy him 2 more times, but both times something happened, or circumstances came about where he was excused from the deployments. So he is due for another deployment, but when he did deploy, he went to Qatar. Was there for about 6 or 7 months. Let's see. Ever been to his promotion ceremony? I think I've only been to one promotion ceremony of his. I've been to a couple of my parents' promotion ceremonies. I remember punching on their stripes there. But I think I've only been to one of my husband's promotion ceremonies. How long have you been a military wife? Well, I was a military brat before I got married, and he was already in the military when we got married, so the length of our marriage, 8.5 years, almost. Did you marry him before or after he joined? After he joined, as I just said. How did your husband propose? He proposed after a Saw movie. It was nothing romantic, but at the time I enjoyed it. It was very simple. So, and that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want some big hoorah. How old were you two when you got married? I was 3 days out of high school, so I was 18. That would make him 20, I believe. 20 when we got married. Let's see. Did he wear his uniform on his wedding day? No, he did not. Where are you and your spouse currently stationed? We are currently stationed in at Little Rock Air Force Base. So we are in Arkansas. Do you live on base? No, currently no. We used to live on base. We lived on base for a little while, and then before we had kids, we moved off base. How long were you married when you had to go through your first separation? Well, it depends on what you consider a separation. When we first got married, he was working in the missile field, and he would go away for 4 days at a time. Like, go out to some building and some, I don't even know, I can't even remember what it's called. But he would go out there where they would guard the nukes, and he would be out there for 4 days at a time without coming home. And then he would come home for maybe 2-3 days, and his schedule is always changing. So, I guess not very long. What is your favorite base so far? Well, we've only been to the 2 bases, just the 2 of us. But of the 2, between Minot and Little Rock Air Force Base, this is definitely my favorite of the 2. Let's see. Do you think your spouse looks good in his uniform? Yeah, I think he does. I think he looks rather dapper when he does wear his uniform. They've taken to camo mostly. Oh goodness, what's it called? I can't remember the name of the camo, but they've taken to wearing that whenever they work, and they very rarely wear their blues. Do you think military life is more advanced than civilian life? I've never been a civilian, so I can't really say for sure. I can't speak honestly on it, on that subject, because I've never been a civilian. My mother was in the military when I was born, so I have always been associated with the military. I think there are certain aspects of military life that are harder than civilian life, but at the same time, I think there are certain aspects of civilian life that are harder than military life. Mostly speaking financially. So, but I can't really answer that question to the fullest because I've never been a civilian. Do you like the benefits you receive as a military dependent? Yes. I do like the benefits that I receive. They are a plus, but they're not why I married him. They are definitely not why I married him. So, do you have a lot of military wife friends? I'm going to say not a lot of military wife friends, but I do know we do have friends, quite a few friends who are military. And what's funny is even our friends who aren't military, who are civilians, they're missionaries. So the people that we're friends with are constantly moving around and leaving and coming back, and so we don't really have any stable friends. I don't think we're friends with any civilians, really. We have several friends at the church, but we aren't very close to a lot of people. Do I own military wife stuff? No. we have one magnet that says, I support my military spouse, but that's about it. No t-shirts, no bumper stickers, none of that. And then lastly, do you support your spouse as a member of the military? And I'm going to say this very honestly, yes. I fully support him as a military member. And I support my parents are retired now, but I supported my parents while they were in. And I supported my husband's parents when they were in, or when he was in. So, yes, I support him fully. And I think it is a very noble cause. And is definitely not an easy job. There's nothing easy about it. So, definitely respect that. But that is it for the military wife tag. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.